in the B bobtail category, number 57, once again, dogged by his opponent. Number 71 in the Reaper, RC Left Black. We are racing in the B bobtail category, folks. Make your bets.
Welcome, everybody. Happy Tuesday, September 19th. Jason Schultz here with the Beer Money Pulling Team. Doug Borth with the Beer Money Pulling Team. Scott Baubie, he is the Vice President of Business Development and Motorsports with Premier Lubricants. We do a Tech Talk Tuesday every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, where you can find us everywhere. You can also listen to our podcast. This is under the Let's Grow Pulling category on iTunes and Spotify. Jump in there, type in Tech Talk with Scout Baubie, and away we go. Scott?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome.
The weather is beautiful in Wisconsin, Scott. Beautiful.
Yep, we got a beautiful day in NC. Better than last week. Had a little thunderstorms. Took out my air conditioning unit.
Scott, you had to clean his shorts after that one.
Definitely. But all good. But yeah, so tonight we're going to talk about starting fluid, or as people refer, aka nickname ether.
So, or Womp juice. Womp.
That's right. Shirts available over at beermoneypulling.com, or their website, I believe it is.
Beermoneypullingteam.com.
Gotcha. So before we get started, we're gonna, you're walking through the pits, and the diesel tractor backs out of the pit stall, and there's guys around it, and somebody's spraying some stuff in the front of it or the side of it, and then it's womp, and it's just exciting to hear that thing fire up, draws a big crowd, gets the old goosebumps going. And for a lot of people that are new to pulling or don't get a chance to get to the pits to see all the behind the scenes stuff, we've been asked why they use so much starting fluid or ether or start these diesel animals. So
or showing
Womp juice.
Excellent.
I gotta get there. We go. I'll learn how the right angle on the camera would be.
You're not our technology guy, Doug. Thank God.
So for starters, you have to understand that the diesel pulling engines run a very low compression, and a diesel's characteristic is they use engine compression to heat the air to ignite. Well, because of that, low compression, they sometimes have trouble igniting, so they need a little help. And that's why they use lots and lots and lots of ether or starting fluid or womp juice. So, but most of them use 80%. There is 50% on the market, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. So, but, how the starting fluid works or ether works is, as the piston nears the top of the compression stroke, the heat is generated by the compression plus the added heat from the burning ether sufficiently above the auto ignition temperature of the diesel fuel. So the cylinder will fire and successfully cold start is achieved. That's what they use that for. So it takes a little bit, and usually you guys are more the expert. I think there's dependent on how big diesel engine, they can use 1 can, 2 cans, or, so on, up at the line.
6 cans.
So, but anyways, the starting fluid, there's a lot of mystery of starting fluid, of what's in it, the components that make it up. I've had people ask me about, it says 80%, but they think it only has about 5%. It's got a lot of butane. It's got a lot of this, a lot of that. So we're just going to take and kind of reference the components that make up starting fluid and ether. So all modern starting fluid contains a flammable liquid made up of highly volatile hydrocarbons, which is a fancy word, with very low flash point. So it makes it very flammable. And one of the main ingredients is heptane, which is the main component of gasoline.
Natural gas.
And then depending if it's 50 or 80%, the two common, choices or flavors of cans, it's diethyl ether is the technical name. So just like over in the racing oil world, people refer to the ZDDP package as high zinc or zinc. Over in the starting fluid world, it's just short referenced as ether. But so it's technically diethyl ether. So, and then they use a propellant. You have to get the stuff out of the can, and depending on the size of the can, they have to use more components to get it out of there. So I know like our Champion that we carry, they're 11-ounce cans. So they have to put a little more propellant in there to get the womp womp juice, so to speak, out of the bottom of the can. So, but the propellants that are in there are there's a few different varieties, all of the same family, but carbon dioxide, butane is probably the number one used. And of course, butane, people, cigarette lighters or lighters. It's a colorless gas that burns pretty good. And they odor that because you can't smell it like a natural gas. They put an odor in it so you can smell it. And then propane is used, and they're all part of the same family. It just depends what manufacturer. Just like with racing oil or diesel engine oil, it's the cookie recipe. We put a little more of this, a little less of that, depending on their their recipe. And then there's typically always a trace of oil and stabilizer in there, just to have a little bit of lubricity or keep it lubricated. And then the goal is there. What it does is it's starting the internal combustion. It's with a low flash, and with those components, it has a low auto ignition temperature. So that's the best thing about how it helps assist that low compression. So on the non-pulling world, you start not to see too much ether used unless it's older equipment, because there's such technology with, how diesels are, manufactured, the engines, how they start. So, but I guess to summarize that, the main goodie in that, or the main ingredient, is the ethyl ether or ether. So if it says 80%, there's 80%. If it says 50%, it says 50%. So, but we have a couple highlighted products. We have Champion has their own. They have the 80% pro grade, and they have the 50%. 80%, I think, out in the marketplace, the consumer is probably the flavor of choice. It's probably the most consumed, especially in the pulling world. But we do have that stocked at Premier Lubricants, and with the Beer Money promo code, with the 15% off, you can, get that online, get a hold of me or Brandon over there. But again, in the end of the season, the stuff, it won't go bad on the shelf. But for next year, if you're pre-planning, maybe get a half a skid or a skid. Just with every manufacturer, I think the forecasting is becoming a thing with these components and raw materials that make up stuff. So, but other than that, there's several varieties. I mean, John Deere seems to be probably one of the most popular that we see. We hear a lot about that. One of the things is the smaller can, the 7-ounce can people like. Again, the differences from brand to brand is just, maybe they use a little bit more heptane, maybe they use a little bit more, butane or propane, whatever. The chemistry is a little different. The smaller can, might deliver product quicker as well. Where like the bigger cans, you got to hold it back farther, stuff like that. But for the most part, the ingredients are the same, and starting fluid, or what we reference as ether. So, but I don't know if there's any questions. You guys have any questions on that?
Well, the comments are pretty quiet tonight. Russ Dostal said, got me a Womp Womp shirt. The in-laws pulling team, they're watching from Central Ohio. If anybody's got any questions about lubrication products, lubricants, whatever, or ether, Scotty is our expert, and we want to talk about all that stuff. This is what Tech Talk Tuesday is all about. Ask the questions about the sport, especially in lubrication. And like I said, lubricants, oil, everything like that we want to do, because we're part of this now with Premier Lubricants. We have, if you go to beermoneypullingteam.com, click on our website. I'll bring it up and show you how easy it is to order online, and you just use the coupon code BMPT. So here's our website. Click on Premier Lubricants, and then bang, everything you need in your whole world is right in here. And then we can just click on racing oils. All those products, they got Premier, they got Champion, they got Sunoco as well. And then again, you can save 15% off all of this by ordering directly through our website and use that coupon code BMPT. So it's pretty slick.
Yeah, and I
If you
like to
wanna
break
walk-
down can or quart
Yeah.
price a lot of times for people. So on the 80% starting fluid, the can cost is $4.65 per can, and that comes in a 12 by 11 ounce, case. But and then on top of that, you're going to get your promo code, the beer money, 15%. So when you go over to the 50% starting fluid, you're talking $2.48 a can, and then apply your beer money promo code. I mean, so it's attractively priced. We do have several teams out there that do use the Champion product. So it's been proven, and it's been a good product over the years. So, but I know, just a comparison with the 50%, some of the, the smaller, cubic inch or the lower classes, like Hop Farm and some of the other ones, they don't like that, 80% strength. They usually, they'll use the 50% strength too. So I think, what did you guys use when you had the remedy? Didn't you use a 50% strength?
50. Yep.
Yeah. So there's no wrong answer. It's just like everything we talk about, it's application driven. And, when you get into them bigger, cubic inch engines, that 80%, you need it just got a little more, oomph to it. So, but, other than that, that starting fluid, I mean, it's like I say, it's nicknamed ether. It's pretty basic. It's got the components of gasoline, broke down. And just to simplify it, I mean, you can get into all that molecule stuff and everything, but that's, what guys just want to know if it works or not. But that's what we have tonight. I know it's going to probably be a short show. I know there's parent nights at some sporting events and all that good stuff, so that's fun. But as always, if anyone needs any product data sheets, they want any of the information that we talk about, just message you guys, send me a message, or over on Premier Lubricants, our webpage. I think there's a spot you can send us a message, reach out or whatever, contact, I guess. Go from there.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff completely. So I like it. So every Tuesday night, we're going to do Tech Talk Tuesday. If you have any items that you want Scott to address with lubricants or anything like that, let Doug know, let I know. Just message Beer Money Pulling Team, and we talk with Scotty every day about stuff. And if any of you are out there and you want to talk about oil, get a hold of Doug. We can make some account calls. We want to grow this product and can help you save money with our coupon code. And nothing else is getting cheap right now, so you might as well use the coupon code, is what I like to say. So.
Yeah, we did get a message. So one of the questions they like to talk about one night is cetane.
Okay.
So cetane's, and that's an excellent question to talk about. So cetane is a rating on an element in fuel on how diesel fuel burns, and that's pretty in depth. So we'll take a night and talk about that too, because you see cetane in a lot of diesel fuel conditioners and diesel fuel additives. Just basically makes it burn, and in essence, a little bit hotter, so cleaner. And that's important with all the new stuff too. All the, outside the pulling world, these new engines and everything, they burn a lot hotter and they burn cleaner. They're finding out the hotter, with the heat, they burn cleaner and you get better fuel mileage. So, but as we talk about all the time, there's a couple things that kill oil. The number one, thing that's detrimental to oil is heat. So that's why the technology's got so much better over in the oil world or lubricant world. So, today we had a person, reach out to us about natural gas, so converting natural gas to a liquid. You see that Pennzoil has a engine oil out that's natural gas, base oil. So that's some new stuff, latest and greatest technology, I guess, if you want to say it, but it's kind of cool. So, and the thought process there is when you have natural gas, it's all the impure, not all, but it's so much pure. There's not as many impurities in it with the process. So it makes for a superior base oil. So we can get to that one night too, if we'd like, or people want to learn more about that.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, how are you? I met Chris Kilbarger. He's from Ohio. Met him at the Enderley. And again, if any of you, I mean, you know, you're farming, you're trucking, or wherever you work, and you'd have an opportunity for us to come in and present the Premier Lubricants a line of products, get a hold of Doug. Again, message us on Beer Money Pulling Team. We'd love to work with everybody. Anybody's got ideas out there, just let us know. We're here to help, and we want to grow, and we want to help you. And we have an expert, right? Not that guy. That's kind of an expert too, but that's the real expert over there. That way.
And they have an awesome line of soap too, and I think we're going to talk about that next week.
Yeah, yep. The G-Tech cleaning solution and degreaser, that we picked that up. Just kind of tripped on it by dumb luck. We got it for a mud off, but we're finding out it's phenomenal for everything. I mean, even the homeowner, RVs, you know, your toters, trailers, awnings, cement, you know, restaurants. I have Harley Davidson dealers using that. A lot of marinas now, a lot of RV stores. So that's a good product. So we actually had some pullers up in Bowling Green come over and buy that just because all the soot, you know, from the dealer gets on the tractor kinds of, you know, mucks it up a little bit. So they bought it and it worked pretty good taking that and cleaning it off. So, and it won't hurt any powder coating, won't hurt aluminum or any of that. You can use on anything. So
nice.
And just to add on, Jason, to your thing. So both our brands right now are you know, Sunoco and Champion. On the day shift, what I call our core product, especially the farm or fleet, we carry a full line of anything you would need: diesel engine oil, gear oil, final drive, grease, you name it, we have it. So we're, you know, we've been building inventory and stocking a good amount of that stuff too. So, but we can accommodate pretty much anything you need. Harvest season's around the corner, so you know you want to use premium stuff. Keep that equipment, you know, the cost of equipment too these days, but there is a difference, you know. Oil isn't oil, that mindset. It's just oil. That's so not true. I mean, you go over to the hydraulic side, people have hydraulic hoses blow all the time, all kinds of problems. Well, if they're buying a cheaper oil and it produces heat and doesn't compress and do all the things it's supposed to, then you get premature failure. So it's one of them deals, pay me now or pay me later. Put some good oil in there. You're going to have less downtime, less labor. You know, the cost of ownership, all that stuff kind of correlates with that. But we can talk about that another night when we get some time.
No, that'd be great. And again, like, just want more. If you have questions, let us know. Any ideas, let us know. Anybody we can call on, let us know. We'd really appreciate it. So on behalf of Scott, Doug, and Jason, we're here every Tuesday night, Tech Talk Tuesday with Scott Baubie, VP of Business Development, Motorsports, Premier Lubricants. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Don't leave,
Have a
boys.
good night. Enjoy soccer.
Don't leave yet, though. I want to talk to you after I end the stream. Have a good night, everybody.